This is a brief examination of the cryptocurrency markets. First off, what is cryptocurrency? A cryptocurrency is a digital or virtual currency which uses cryptography for security. Encryption techniques are utilized to regulate the generation of units of currency and verify the transfer of funds. This makes cryptocurrency very difficult to counterfeit. A cryptocurrency operates independently. They are not issued by any central authorities like the banks. This makes cryptocurrency immune to governmental interference or manipulation. Cryptocurrency does not have too long a history. In 1983, American cryptographer David Chaum made an anonymous cryptographic electronic money called eCash. 12 years later, he presented it through DigiCash, an early form of cryptographic electronic payments. This required user software in order to withdraw money from banks. The banks would then designate specific encrypted keys before it was sent to a recipient. This meant that the digital currency was untraceable by the issuing bank, the government, or a third party. In 1998, Wei Dai published a description of an anonymous distributed electronic cash system by the name of B-Money. Not long after, Nick Szabo created BitGold, which was an electronic currency system that required users to complete a proof-of-work function, with solutions being cryptographically put together. A proof-of-work function is an economic measure to deter attacks and other service abuses such as spam on a network. The first cryptocurrency was Bitcoin, which was launched in 2009 by an individual or group known as Satoshi Nakamoto. Bitcoin's success has spawned a number of competing cryptocurrencies. The number of cryptocurrencies available over the internet as of the 10th of April 2018 is over 1,565, and this number is ever growing. A new cryptocurrency can be created at any time. By market capitalization, Bitcoin is currently the largest blockchain network, followed by Ethereum, Ripple, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, and EOS. The validity of each cryptocurrency's coins is provided by a blockchain. A blockchain allows us to trade one-to-one without any third party or intermediary. Instead of that third party during transaction, there is a bunch of software code which is run by many computers, and this guarantees the transaction. The information from purchasing is logged and verified by this software code, and if it all matches, the transaction goes through. If further transactions are made, this information is already embedded, so you can add more information but cannot erase it. This prevents fraudulent activities. This may all be quite confusing, so let's use the piano industry as way of illustration. When a piano is transported from shop to consumer, it goes through a complex landscape of legal, financial, manufacturing, and commercial practices. The piano relies on intermediaries on every step of the way, from manufacturers to sellers to piano handlers, etc. And this incurs time and money. Along the way, the piano can be damaged or stolen, and thus consumers face the prospect of purchasing a scratched piano. Blockchain technology eliminates all these problems with transparent transactions. Everyone involved in the transfer of the piano can see a secure and synchronized record of transactions, whether it be the hundreds of steps in the logistics of the manufacturing of the piano, or just a single online payment. All these transactions are recorded into a block, and these blocks are connected to the one before and after it. A fingerprint of each block is added to the next, and this creates an irreversible change. This is why blockchain is so ideal for recording the manufacturing and distribution of valuable goods such as pianos. Cryptocurrencies are made through a process called mining. This is the process in which transactions are verified and added to the blockchain, and when new cryptocurrencies are released. Anyone can participate in mining as long as they have reliable internet and suitable hardware. The mining process involves combining recent transactions into blocks, and then trying to solve a difficult puzzle, just like a Sudoku. Whoever first solves the puzzle places the next block onto the blockchain, and then they claim the rewards. This monetary reward involves both transaction fees from compiling and solving, as well as new released cryptocurrencies. Each cryptocurrency is a little different, but most of them share these basic characteristics. They are irreversible. After you send a cryptocurrency and the network has confirmed it, you cannot retrieve it. Cryptocurrencies are one way. There are no chargebacks. They are anonymous and distributed. Anyone can mine for cryptocurrencies without their identity being exposed. Furthermore, every blockchain has a copy of every transaction, thus eliminating fraud and producing a trustworthy network. Cryptocurrencies are like digital cash. They require no third party to transact and are relatively untraceable. They can also be backed up, unlike cash. Cryptocurrencies are also fast and globally accessible. Transactions are processed cheaply and instantaneously, anywhere around the world. Entries are broadcast all across the blockchain network immediately and confirmed within a couple of minutes. They are very secure. Cryptocurrencies use the latest cryptographic techniques. Blockchains are predicated on the same cryptographic technology that secures sensitive data and government secrets. Furthermore, they have had 8 years of roaming in the real world, and yet they are still viable and have not had any major disasters. Finally, they have a controlled supply limited by the network. This way, the value of cryptocurrencies is maintained. As said before, cryptocurrencies are very easy to access and payments can be made quickly and easily. Also, identity is safe from theft as they are anonymous, meaning cryptocurrencies are very secure. Furthermore, there is no third party, so transactions are simple and quick. However, cryptocurrencies have some disadvantages too. They are quite new, so they are very difficult to understand for many. It is also not accepted widely, unlike cash, which is accepted almost everywhere. There's also always the chance that you'll lose your wallet. If you forget your passwords or lose the devices on which you store your digital currency, you could lose all your money. Also, because they are relatively new, there is quite a degree of uncertainty and volatility whilst they currently alter to improve. Cryptocurrencies operate very similarly to that of the commodity market. Let's use Bitcoin as means of illustration with a commodity such as gold. Gold is considered a safe asset which can store large values, and Bitcoin is much the same. However, a cryptocurrency such as Bitcoin is much more sturdier and steady in comparison. For example, microeconomic principle states that the value of the dollar is inversely correlated to the value of other currencies. If there is a decrease in the value of the dollar, the values of other currencies increase, and therefore the demand for commodities such as gold increases. Because of this increase in demand, commodity prices rise. Simultaneously, instead of investing in the dollar, investors invest in other forms of investment, and gold is one of those forms of investment. So when the US dollar increased significantly in 2015, the value of gold nearly fell by 10%. However, cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin were not affected. In fact, Bitcoin's value went up alongside the US dollar. So even though cryptocurrencies are classified as commodities, they defy the microeconomic principle that commodities typically follow an inverse relationship with the value of the dollar. Apart from Bitcoin, the first currency, there are many other types of cryptocurrency, such as Ethereum, Ripple, and Litecoin, just to list a few. Whilst Bitcoin is the most famous cryptocurrency, it is not perfect, and many other cryptocurrencies have more functions. For example, Ethereum can not only process transactions, but also complex contracts and other programs. It is more like a family of cryptocurrencies, rather than just one. Ripple is one of the less popular cryptocurrencies, but many banks have adopted Ripple as it is very stable and runs under pre-mined cryptocurrencies. Litecoin is faster than Bitcoin and is like a backup if Bitcoin crashes. And as cryptocurrency advances, competition will ever increase.